Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another heartwarming chapter in Jack and Turten's journey. This is my own take on what might happen next in their beautiful story together. You know what's beautiful about love? It's not just in the grand gestures. It's in the quiet moments of building a life together, one nail at a time, one dream at a time. The morning sun filtered through the trees as Jack stood back to admire their nearly finished house. The rustic two-story structure was taking shape beautifully, exactly as they'd envisioned. Workers moved efficiently across the upper level, securing the final roof tiles. Jack's friend from the building materials market had stopped by to check on the progress, his experienced eye taking in every detail. "Uncle, I think this kind of house is enough. It's very beautiful," Jack said, wiping sweat from his brow. The upper level was spacious and airy, perfect for the vegetable garden Tien had been dreaming about. Behind the house, there was room for livestock, maybe some chickens, perhaps even a fish pond. This wasn't just a house. This was the foundation of their future together. What I love about Jack is his vision. He doesn't just see wood and nails. He sees Tien tending vegetables in the morning light, sees them sharing meals they've grown themselves, sees a life of simple abundance. That's not just building a house. That's building a dream with your own two hands. And for the roof tiles, you should plaster with cement, his friend advised. "I'm afraid the strong wind might blow them away during a storm." Jack nodded, making mental notes. Every detail mattered. This house had to be strong enough to weather any storm, just like his commitment to Tien. The work would be finished in 3 or 4 days. Then the real work would begin, the beautiful work of making it a home. But there was something else weighing on Jack's mind. Later that morning, he sat in a coffee shop, reviewing documents one final time before the most important meeting of his career. His computer company was struggling. Everyone knew it. The contract draft in front of him represented everything a chance to turn it all around, or the final nail in the coffin of his business dreams. When the client arrived, Jack stood to greet him professionally. "Let me introduce myself. My name is Jack, director of Jack Computer Company. It's a pleasure to meet you here today." He laid out the entire contract, his detailed plans, his optimized designs. His hands were steady, but his heart was racing. "I heard from Assistant Ngok that your company is facing some difficulties," the client said carefully. "So, you still want to take on this big project?" Jack didn't hesitate. "Yes, sir. For me, I always have enthusiasm and passion for my work. No matter how big the project is, I will try my best to complete it." He meant every word. This wasn't just about business anymore. This was about proving to himself, to Tien, that he could provide the life they deserved. But here's what nobody saw coming. "Financially, your company is weak," the client continued, his tone not unkind but direct. "If you run out of capital during construction, how will you manage?" Jack took a breath. "I will manage, sir. And if necessary, I will sell the remaining assets of the company. This company is the pride and joy of my team. I will do everything I can to revive it." The client studied him for a long moment. Then he asked something completely unexpected. "Jack, your mother still lives in the countryside, right?" Jack blinked, confused. "Yes, sir. But why are you asking about my mother?" "Before, when my grandparents were here, your mother helped my family." The client's expression softened with memory. "Meeting you here today, I see that she's taught her son to be very responsible." Jack felt emotion rise in his throat. His mother had worked so hard to raise him alone, she'd sacrificed everything. And now, somehow, that kindness was coming back to him in the most unexpected way. But that's just the beginning of this beautiful day. Last we left off, Jack had just discovered that his potential client knew his mother from years ago, when she'd helped his family during difficult times. Now, that connection was about to change everything. The client smiled warmly and picked up his pen. "I've reviewed the documents, and I see the terms are beneficial to your company. Let's sign this contract." Just like that, with a few strokes of ink, Jack's struggling company had been given a lifeline. Not because of pity, but because of merit, and because kindness has a way of circling back when you least expect it. "Thank you, sir, for trusting my company," Jack said, his voice thick with emotion. "I will try my best to complete this project on schedule. You must try your best. You're still young, so keep striving." the client encouraged him. "And Jack, when you can spare some time from work, come visit my family. Bring your mother too." Walking out of that coffee shop, Jack felt like he was floating. Everything is wonderful, he thought. His company saved, his house almost finished, and Turten waiting at home. He checked his watch. It was still early. Time to buy something special to celebrate. At the market, he found himself drawn to an unusual fruit display. Durian. Round, spiky, exotic. The vendor assured him it was ripe and delicious. Jack had tried it before with his mother. He remembered that strange smell, that incredible taste. "Women really like to eat it," the vendor said. Perfect. He'd bring this home to Turten, share this new experience with her. Here's what touches me about this moment. Jack doesn't just want to celebrate his own success. His first thought is sharing it with Turten, introducing her to something new and special. That's the kind of love that builds a lifetime. Not keeping joy to yourself, but multiplying it by giving it away. Meanwhile, Turten had been busy with her own work. She'd harvested tomatoes, sold eggplants at the market, even stopped to chat with children playing in the stream, reminding them to be safe. The simple rhythm of farm life filled her day with purpose. When she returned home, she discovered their dog Vang had given birth to 6 beautiful puppies while she was away. "Vang is so good," Turten exclaimed, counting the tiny bodies. 2, 4, 6 puppies, including one spotted just like in the previous litter. She'd need to cook special porridge for Vang, something nutritious to help her produce milk for all those hungry mouths. She was just putting the pot on when Jack arrived home, carrying a mysterious spiky package. "Turten, come here. I bought this for you," Jack called out, his face glowing with excitement. "Do you know what this fruit is?" Turten leaned in to look. "What's so round and spiky? Let me smell it." She inhaled and immediately wrinkled her nose. "It smells so good. What's that smell?" But wait, that wasn't quite right. She smelled it again. "Why does it smell like something? Is there a dead animal somewhere?" Jack laughed. "Oh, it's probably not that, Turten. This is durian. Women really like to eat it, so I bought some today. Let me cut it open and you try it." And then something beautiful happened in that simple kitchen moment. As Jack carefully cut through the spiky exterior, Turten kept sniffing the air, increasingly confused. "Brother, I smell something very strange at our farm." The smell was intense, almost overwhelming to her sensitive nose. She couldn't quite describe it. Not pleasant, not exactly unpleasant, just strange. "Turten, smell it. It's delicious, very delicious," Jack encouraged, holding out a piece of the creamy yellow flesh. But Turten backed away, her face turning slightly pale. "I feel very nauseous smelling this." Jack paused, concerned. That was unusual. He'd expected her to be surprised by the strong smell. Yes, but actual nausea? Still, he coaxed her gently. "Just try a little, okay?" But there's something neither of them realized yet. Something that would soon explain everything. With gentle persistence, Jack finally convinced Turten to try a small piece of durian. She closed her eyes, put it in her mouth, and chewed carefully. Her expression shifted from reluctance to surprise. After putting it in your mouth, you don't smell anything, do you?" Jack asked, watching her face closely. "That's right," Turten admitted. "But strangely, when you cut it, I smelled a strange odor after eating it though." She paused, considering. "It's really sweet, and then it's creamy and rich on the tip of my tongue. Its taste is very special." Jack beamed. "If you like this taste, I'll buy it for you every day." He cut more pieces, and they sat together enjoying the exotic fruit. This was what happiness looked like, sharing something new, celebrating small victories, building memories one moment at a time. "Oh, you were just talking to me about something good happening today," Turten remembered suddenly. "What is it?" Jack's smile grew even wider. "Well, today I just signed a contract, a very important one." He told her about the meeting, about discovering the connection to his mother, about how everything had fallen into place so perfectly. I guess all good things will start coming to us," Turten said softly. "Congratulations." That's why I came home early today, Jack explained. And Turten, today the golden dog gave birth again. 6 puppies. We have to celebrate tonight. And they planned the evening together. Turten would pick vegetables from the garden. They'd make braised pork. They'd feast like the blessed people they were. Jack insisted she rest first. You're tired from working in the fields today. I'll prepare everything for you. As the afternoon sun slanted through their simple kitchen, as the durian sat half-eaten on the plate, as Vang nursed her puppies in the corner, everything seemed perfect. The house was almost finished. The contract was signed. Their little farm was thriving. This is the part that gives me hope. Not because everything is perfect, life never is, but because Jack and Turten face everything together. They share the sweet fruit and the hard work. They celebrate victories and build dreams side by side. That's the kind of love that lasts. But something was different about Turten today. Something neither of them had quite noticed yet. That intense reaction to the durian smell, that sudden nausea, the way certain odors seemed amplified to her senses. In the north, they didn't grow durian. Turten had never encountered it before, so how would she know that her reaction wasn't about the fruit at all? How would either of them know that the strange fruit Jack brought home was about to reveal something far more wonderful than either of them had imagined? That their celebration tonight might be premature not because of bad news, but because there was something even more incredible to celebrate, something that would change their lives forever? The most beautiful moment in their story together was just beginning to unfold, and neither Jack nor Turten had any idea what was coming next.